Hello again. To further continue, let's see about this Swee 5. What is this Swee 5? So, software integration and integration test. So, you are not only integrating the software, you are testing the integrated unit or integrated entity. The purpose of software integration and integration test process is to integrate the software units into larger software items up to complete integrated software consistent with software architectural design and to ensure that the software items are tested to provide evidence for the compliance of the integrated software items with software architectural design, including the interfaces between the software units and between the software items. Okay, this sentence is very self-explanatory. I request all of you, if at all you don't understand, pause the video and reread this sentence till you understand the essence of this sentence. Next comes the process outcomes. As a result of the successful implementation of this process, a software integration strategy consistent with project plan, release plan and software architectural design is developed to integrate the software items. So first, a proper design plan and a release plan are clearly outlined, prepared, and only then according to that you integrate the software items. Software integration test strategy, including the regression test strategy, is developed to test the software unit and software item interactions. Alright, now a specification of software integration test according to software integration test strategy is developed that is suitable to provide evidence for the compliance of the integrated software items. Okay, now this is very important. As you must have a specification according to which or aligned to which there is a proper evidence that the integrated entity is complying with the specification. Okay, and this specification also includes the interfaces between the software units and between the software items. Now, software units and software items are integrated up to complete integrated software according to integration strategy. Now, once the strategy is clearly identified, once the strategy is clearly finalized, as per those strategy itself, software units and software items are integrated. And of course, next the test cases including the software integration test are selected according to the software integration test strategy and release plan. And integrated software items are tested using selected test cases and the results of software integration test are clearly recorded. Okay, and what are the last two steps? I am sure you would have guessed. First is establishing the consistency and bidirectional traceability between the elements and the test cases included in the software integration test specification and between the test cases and test results. Alright, so there is a definitive test case for a definite architectural design and that traceability is clearly established here. The last step, well, no prizes for guessing, everything is clearly summarized and communicated to all the stakeholders and all the affected parties. Best practices. What are the various base practices involved in this Swee 5? Swee 5 develop software integration strategy, develop develop strategy for integrating software items consistent with project plan and release plan. Identify the software items based on the software architectural design and define a sequence for integrating them. Next comes the base practice 2, developing the software integration strategy and including the regression strategy. First of all, you develop the integration strategy and then you include the regression test strategy. All right, so this includes the regression test strategy for retesting integrated software items if at all a software item is changed. So understand this, if at all a software item is later changed in the later process, only then this regression test strategy comes into picture. Next comes the develop specification for software integration test. So what is a test specification? Develop the test specification for integration including the test cases according to the software integration test strategy for each integrated software items, and the test specification will be suitable for providing evidence for compliance of the integrated software items with the software architectural design. Okay, so whether it is complying properly, whether all the as per all the specifications this integrated entity or integrated unit is complying or not, that is clearly identified here, and exactly here the specifications are also developed. Next, the integrate software units and software items. This is in this step that you integrate all the software units to form a software. The actual software is prepared in this base practice 4. Next comes the test cases. So you select the test case, the actual test cases you are developing in the base practice 3. But in the base practice 5, you select the right test case for the right software. You select the test cases from the software integration specification, from the software integration test specification, and the selection of the test cases shall have sufficient coverage according to software integration test strategy and release plan. Now, once the test case is selected, then you perform the actual software integration test. Alright, this is the actual execution. You perform the software integration test according to the selected test cases, and then you clearly store the results. You clearly record the results and the logs. Logs are nothing but time based results. Log is nothing but time based result, at which time which result is output. That's all. Next comes this establish bidirectional traceability. Establish bidirectional traceability between elements of the software architectural design and test cases, including the software integration test specification. Okay, establishing the bidirectional traceability. Now, understand the traceability between the test cases and the software integration. Software integration is happening on the left side of the view model, and test cases and implementation of this test case happening on the right side of the view model. So proper bidirectional traceability must be clearly established. Next comes, of course, consistency. Ensure consistency between the elements of the software architectural design and test cases included in the software integration test system. Now, I have been how to say elucidating the importance of this consistency right from the system engineering session. So by now you understand the importance of this consistency. Next comes, well, last base practice, summarizing and communicating the results to all the stakeholders. You summarize and communicate the results. Now, what are the various work product outputs? Next is, first is software item, next is integrated software, next is test specification, the test plan, and of course these three are common: communication record, review record, and traceability record. Next comes the test result, and next comes the build list. Build list is nothing like the equivalent of bill of materials for any mechanical system. For example, in an engine you have a bill of materials. Likewise, build list is the list of the software components that are included or that are necessary to prepare a given software. Okay, thank you.